This is the video we're going to do a reaction on, okay? I have quite a bit to say on this. It's kind of funny. It's called Show It All. So he's talking, no, it's funny. Before we even start, in this video, I guess he's talking about basically being transparent or being authentic. But meanwhile, here you got him with all these gold chains, bald head, tattoos everywhere, lying about his height and all that stuff. But we'll get into all that. So let's get the video started. And I'll just pause there once in a while if I have something to say. And let's get it started now.
I didn't want it to get too late, but it was one of my elite team members' birthday, so we had to take him out for a steak. It was Trained by E's birthday. But you guys, stop hiding everything. What the fuck are you guys so afraid of? Some of you people, we don't even see your significant other or your family on your page or know anything about you. You do realize this is social media, right? This is social fucking media. And very few people like myself put it all out there. So,
know what I think he's really saying there? I think he's basically calling out all the people who talk about him and they have no face, right? So I think he's talking about all the people who talk about him and have no face. They don't put their face on social media. Because there's a lot of the trollers and stuff, because he cares what people think. He pretends, I don't care what people think. You care what people think. So yeah, I think when he was talking about there, being faceless, not putting up their significant others and all that stuff on social media and how he does. Meanwhile, he puts out what we want to see, just like all social media does. You put out whatever makes you look best, right? You think that he puts out stuff that he's being authentic and all this stuff? No. He's only putting out stuff to brag and all this kind of stuff. So basically, I think it's a slight call out to all these people that are on here talking about him, yet they're not putting their face out there. You know what I mean? And it's kind of true. It's kind of true with the trolls, but Wes Watson is just putting a spin on it. So let's go back to the video. I got a lot to say about Wes Watson, okay?
guess who's going to be famous on social media? The most social people. You guys are only trying to come on here and talk about everybody else, but not yourself.
Again,
so
Again, he's talking about the trolls, talking about everyone else. He's meanwhile basically saying how they talk about him. Because it's all about him always, Wes Watson, right? So he's talking about how people come on social media to talk about him. And the funny thing is, how ironic. I'm doing exactly what he's talking about. I'm talking about him. But you know what? I don't hide my face on social media. Everyone, I'm a small YouTuber right now, right? But everyone who knows me, who follows me, knows everything about me. Okay, let's get into it.
Build a trusted quality brand. Yes, a lot of people are going to hate you when they figure out shit about you. So a lot of people are going to do that once they start to learn about you.
Right.
But the point is that you never steer away from your authentic self. If I show a bunch of different girls that...
Never steer away from your authentic self? Like, come on, Wes Watson. You're sitting here rocking gold chains, tattoos everywhere. You exaggerate your height. You've been telling us all you're 6 foot and you're 245, 250. Then we just found out in the police reports when he got arrested because they had to book him in or whatever. He's 5'8", guys, but he's his authentic self. Okay, he's 5'8". He's heavily juiced up on drugs, but he's his authentic self, and he exaggerates about his height and his weight. Right? They said he was 230, which is a huge guy, anyways. But why are you going around saying you're 245, 250? You have to exaggerate everything. But the biggest exaggeration is the 6 foot. Where do you get 6 foot from 5'8"? That's a big difference, guys. One's considered short, one's considered tall. 5'8" is considered short. Okay, and I'm not knocking him for being 5'8", because I'm like 5'8 and a half, 5'8 and 3/4 at one point. I don't know what I am right now. Okay, let's go.
That I'm dating or I'm taking out to dinner in between relationships I'm in, then I just show it. If they don't want me to, I won't show it. But I'll just show it all because I don't give a fuck how someone views me. Why? Because my intentions are quality. My intentions are pure. My intentions are to find someone I have a deep connection with, because I don't work any other way. You guys see me go from relationship to relationship to relationship.
You know what's funny about I don't work any other way? He was on a podcast once years and years ago, back when he was actually pretty cool. Because there was a time when Wes Watson first came out, he was actually a pretty cool guy, right? He was very motivating. He was probably about 20 pounds lighter. He didn't look as jacked up. He had hair on his head and a goatee. So look back on that, guys. I could probably drag that up, but I don't want to spend a lot of time pulling up stuff on my computer and slowing the whole vibe down. But yeah, when he was a cool guy, like a more cooler guy, he was still a little bit intense, but not as near. Well, he's not even intense right now today. That's another thing I want to point out. He's being very calm since being arrested. You know what I mean? This is the calm version of Wes Watson, and he's got a shirt on. The calm version of Wes Watson, and with a shirt on. Okay, so but anyways, yeah. But what he said about he doesn't work that way. He basically said, I don't even, because he was trying to be authentic, I guess. He basically said he can't perform if he's not really into the girl. So he can't go around just hooking up with people because that's not how he works. Do you know what I'm saying? He has to be into someone for, you know what I mean by perform, right? He said it. I know I could find it, but I'm not going to waste any time trying to look for that on my computer right now because I'm just going by my live reaction to what he's saying here. And another thing is this video was taped just yesterday. I think it was like yesterday evening it went out. So I'm looking at this right now as well. Okay, let's get back into it. And yes, someone said on here that this guy's a narcissist, Lana, and it's true, he is. The guy, like, he's all about being as big as possible, exaggerates his height, brags about all the stuff he has, whether he has it or not, because he's talking about being authentic on social media, which is hilarious because this guy is not. I don't know how to tape this any better because I got a whole reflection everywhere. Like, I don't have this figured out, but it is what it is. Let's rock and roll.
And I'm not some playboy who's just trying to fuck around and be single forever. That's not my style. But the whole point behind it is I show you guys everything. Why are people so afraid to show everything? Why? Because their intentions aren't pure. If they showed you everything, they would have to defend a lot of negativity. And someone like me just doesn't give a fuck. I put it all out there. I have since.
This guy. My intentions are pure. This guy is a bunch of bullshit. His intentions are pure. Have you ever looked at his scamming bullshit about the personal training and personal coaching and how he swears everybody and all that kind of stuff? His intention is just to make money. There's nothing pure about his intentions. He's on YouTube and Instagram and all that shit to scam you, right? There's nothing pure about his intentions. And Nazanin, I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Okay, so let's get back into this.
The beginning, and guess what? It helps a lot of people, and a lot of people who are very insecure, very threatened by success, very threatened by your authenticity and your confidence. Those people will actually lash out at you and try to use what you put out against you. They use the information you freely give as ammo against you, as if it would fucking matter. You fucking shared it with them, so nobody gives a fuck. But the whole point is, why do they do that? They do that because it makes them feel some type of way. They don't have the confidence you have. You will confidently share everything while they hide everything in their.
This again, Wes Watson guy, this is fake confidence you're talking about, my friend. Like you have to have the chains on, you have to have all the brands, you have to tell everyone about all your cars. That's not confidence, right? Confidence, people don't have to speak at all, right? Confidence just speaks for itself. But anyway, so you brag about your cars, you brag about your women, all that kind of stuff. And it's what's funny also is, yeah, so you brag about the women and all this kind of stuff. You exaggerate your height. A confident man doesn't say he's 6 foot when he's 5'8". A confident man doesn't brag about how much money he has and how many cars. If you say something about a car, he has to tell you he has other cars. Like, you know what I mean? You don't. It's not confidence. Or else you're the biggest character on YouTube of them all, which I think you are. Let's get back into the video.
Life. So the whole point behind it is, what do people want most? I'm just getting to this point. What the fuck do people want most in this life? They want to not give a fuck.
True.
They want to be.
He makes a good point there because people do, like, that's my biggest goal in life also. I don't want to give a fuck. I want to better just do what I want to do when I want to do it. Don't have to answer to nobody. That's kind of what my goal is. I don't like having anyone telling me what I can do, what I can't do, when I have to be somewhere, all this kind of stuff. I like to live, my goal of success is living a comfortable life and living by my own schedule and only doing things that make me happy, if that makes sense. So he has some good, he's good at getting some good points in, but then he gets some crazy points in at the same time, right? Let's go.
Be void of the fear of criticism. The fear of criticism just completely derails people's lives. Think about how many people want to go to the gym.
Oh my God. I just can't stop talking about this guy, right? He says the fear of criticism, but if you notice, his comments are turned off, okay? The fear of criticism. Why are all your comments turned off? Because he gets 0 comments. Because people make comments about that all the time, how he gets 0 comments. But it's not because he doesn't have people following him, because people are watching his videos. It's that he turns the comments off. I can't make a comment if I wanted to. And you say fear of criticism, you can't handle the criticism. That's why you do stuff like talk about being 6 foot when you're 5'8", talk about being 250 when you're 230 or under. You know what I mean? That's lack of confidence and all that kind of stuff. Let's get back into this video here. He's a character, I'll tell you. Like I'm telling you, because I even know something. So go subscribe to my channel while you're at it, because I have a lot of videos about Wes Watson. That's why I'm covering this right now, just because I find him fascinating. Like I can't stop myself from talking about this guy. Let's go.
But they feel they're out of shape. They don't belong there. It's kind of not their place.
He's making good points here.
They're fearing criticism. They fear that other people will watch them, view them, and say, what the fuck is this person doing? They're lifting wrong. That fat fuck doesn't even belong in this gym. That's what they're thinking about themselves. And that is true, that's truly how they feel about themselves. Their self-talk is the most honest thing about them. And so anything they're thinking about themselves is what other people are thinking about them. The fact is once you learn to control that, and you really gain confidence, and you walk in and say, nah, if anyone was in this gym, anyone belonged in here, it's me, motherfucker. How I walk in every room. I own every room I walk in.
I doubt, he looks hilarious right there, right? Ah, I'm Wes Watson, listen to me. I doubt very much he owns every fucking room he walks in. Like, that is just the most ridiculous bullshit I ever heard. He's not this confident guy. So if you walk in there and everyone thinks you're 6 foot and you walk in there at 5'8", you know what I mean? You might be the loudest person in the room, but the loudest person in the room isn't the most respected person in the room. I could picture you coming into rooms and being loud. That's what insecure people do. They also say people you fear are the ones who are quiet. Like him, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the quiet ones. Don't fuck with the quiet ones. These loud ones, they just want the attention. They want to scare people. They want to be intimidating. That's what he is. He's a loud, obnoxious motherfucker, right? Let's get back into it.
I don't give a fuck what room it is. I've owned every room I've walked in.
I don't believe it.
People think there's someone that would take the room. If I step in it, they barely exist.
Yeah,
Straight the fuck up. It's
sure.
always been that way. Because I have the confidence to know my value in any fucking room. Because my value comes from wisdom. My value comes from quality habits, character, and wisdom. So this is something you teach anywhere. A lot of you guys learn shit that's not teachable to everyday life. You learned about your fucking auto mechanic shit, or you learned about fucking your video games, or whatever the fuck people go learn about that's incorrect. I mean, you should learn about yourself first.
That's a funny one too, right? I don't even know where I'm gonna go with on this one, but it's kind of like people can have their own passions. Then, you know, just because you think auto mechanics is bullshit or whatever, it isn't bullshit. There's a lot of people, I think, looking at you, but I'm not gonna judge you like too hard on it. I think doing drugs and PEDs and steroids is a bunch of bullshit, because I run natural bodybuilding competitions. I'm not gonna judge you on that. I'm judging you on you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And these gold chains are fucking obnoxious. You're 40 years old. He's like 41 or 42 or something, we just found out too, right? I always thought he was younger because he's insecure. He didn't want people to know he was 40. I was always under the impression he was in his 30s, but when he got arrested, all that stuff came out. I think he's like 41 or something like that. You're a 41-year-old man, shaving your head, tattoos and shaving your head's cool, but rocking the gold chains and shit and tight shirts, like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy is something else. And then going around being so insecure at your age of 41 about having to make sure everyone believes you're 6 feet and you're 250 and all this shit. Because if I don't meet you in person, then I'm going to believe you're 6 feet, 250 and all that shit. Except for if you're so full of shit, the reason why you're so in the media right now is because people love calling out the bullshit. And you're so easy, it's not even funny. You're making it easy for me right now too. Anyways, let's get back into it again.
So many people don't realize if you want to conquer the world, you have to conquer self.
Well,
and
that's a
they
good
go
point.
their whole life trying to figure out how to conquer the world, but they're a shitty version of themselves, and they can't even pull off anything because they're trying to adhere to a blueprint of success. And since they're such a poor version of themselves, they're not able to adhere to the blueprint. The blueprint is very simple, but the fact is, going back, is that everybody wants to be void of criticism. They don't want to feel like people are viewing them in a negative way. That's something I've mastered. I don't.
I have to say something about this. That's a load of shit. This guy has not mastered criticism. Like I already said before, even calls out the haters in someone's videos before, and he called the guy out, come meet me in the gym and all that stuff for a fight because he couldn't handle criticism. He has his comments turned off because he can't handle criticism. You know what I mean? I can't handle criticism is the biggest bunch of bullshit. He's got it mastered. You do not have it mastered, my friend. You've got your comments off. You probably surround yourself with people who just say yes to you about everything. You cannot handle criticism. If I told you, if I were to call it, if someone called him skinny, it would ruin his whole fucking day. You know what I mean? That's how insecure he is. If someone made fun of his height, he would be shattered. This guy has got a frail ego and is fucking, oh my God. Let's watch him some more. Actually, one second. I'm going to read some of these discussion things here. 10:45 p.m. in South Asia. Okay, it's 12:15 p.m. In Toronto, Canada here. Yeah, we're just having fun here, so let's get back into the video and rock and roll.
Give a fuck. There's nothing that someone could say to me, or there's nothing that someone could use against me. There's nothing that I haven't been through that I won't share because it's already been said. You guys haven't faced anything online or in the public eye or in front of your peers. You guys haven't faced shit.
This is him basically cry me a river, feel sorry for me. Look at all the shit I'm going through. Like, you know what I mean? Because he just got arrested back in, what day was it? God, I always forget the date. I want to say February 6th. You got, what's today? February 6th, February 3rd. So a week ago. He got arrested a week ago in Miami. Then he had a court hearing to get bail the next day, and he got bail. So we're not sure about that fight yet still, whether it was fake or not fake, because let's see what the court has to say, and let's see what comes out in court. Because he got an easy bail hearing, and it was very small bail of like $5,000, and I think there's only a % you got to pay. So for someone that's supposedly a multi-millionaire, supposedly has Bugattis and Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces, that's quite the small little fine or bail for a guy like this. And plus, he's an ex-convict, but they didn't bring that up in the court hearing that he had to get bail. But anyways, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying, but let's get back into the video, I guess. We don't got much more of the video to go. And another thing to point out that you guys didn't realize that everyone makes fun of him for having this big empty house, how they think it's probably a fake house, right? He probably doesn't even live there. So, you know, since people say that so much, know what he does now? He makes a point that he has a girl in the background. You can't see her, but every once in a while in the video, I think maybe you can see her right there. I'm not sure if that's her feet sticking out right there. But every once in a while, because I got a lot of glare on this screen, but every once in a while, you'll see her in the background. I guess it's just sort of giving you proof that he does have a girlfriend and he does have other people in this house, because you can see her right there. She's basically taking selfies of herself, because this is what these fuckers do. Like, that's almost irritating as fuck too. You're trying to go out places and do things and whatever you're trying to do, and everyone's just taking selfies all the fucking time. You're 41 years old, dude. I know you're a social media guy and all this stuff, but you're so rip, rich, and rare, you say, that whatever. You don't give a shit what people think. Let's go.
Look at everything I've had to face in front of the whole world. I'm numb. I'm void of it. There's nothing you can say. So I'm free. You guys don't.
Do you feel sorry for Wes Watson? I don't know. I sure as hell don't, but sure. Like, let's feel sorry for him.
Never be free because you hide everything. When you stop hiding everything, you'll be free. You have to expose yourself if you want true freedom in your life.
There she is right there.
But you guys won't. Because pulling that Band-Aid off and really showing everyone who the fuck you really are is pretty scary for a pussy-ass bitch who doesn't know who they are. I validated myself for so many fucking years that I created a following that validates themselves for so many years. Do you even get this? The level of this? But anyways, you guys, stop hiding everything, please. I would watch your shit more if it was just authentic. I like the music I like. I speak the way I fucking speak. I like the things I like. And I still have character. I'm still a good man. I have great intentions. The thing is
he has to throw in there that he has good character, he's a good man, all this stuff, because people are basically bashing him. He's trying to find the fine line right now between being the asshole Wes Watson that he's been created, to also being the guy who first came out of jail that was humble and wanted to change people through health and fitness, through working out and stuff like that, through transforming their mindset and body and all that stuff. That's the guy he used to be. But the money, the fame, and maybe whoever manages him or his handlers, they've created a monster. They've created a crazy character here, which is called Wes Watson. But this isn't even, like, if you were to look back at the pictures, this is not even the same guy. The guy back then wouldn't be wearing gold chains. The guy back then wouldn't be on all this fucking drugs. He might have been on a little bit of shit back then, but he's probably like 20 pounds lighter than this guy. Like, the guy back then was a whole different guy. He was mellow. He had a strong message, and he was in your face a bit, but nothing like now. Even his voice has changed. It's gotten deeper in, because he's faking it. He's like giving that strong, scary, deep voice, right? And right now, guys, I'm telling you, this is a tame version of him right now. This is Wes Watson 50%. He's tamed down because he was just arrested a week ago, and he just got, of course, he's going to be having a trial soon. So he's got to calm his fucking ass down and start showing that he's actually there's somewhat of a nice guy in there still, even if he has to bullshit it a bit. But I wouldn't even be surprised if he really isn't this much of a prick. It's just that he's coming across like this because he thinks that's what's making him all this money. But he's so into, I'm going to be authentic. I don't know about that, my friend. You're authentic. I don't know what the fuck you just define authentic is, right? Anyways, let's go back into the video.
motherfuckers don't even have solid actions. I show mine every day. Get the fuck over yourself. Quit having so much of an ego and realize that if you're going to change lives, if you're going to change your life, it's going to start by just telling the truth. Because self-mastery, to achieve self-mastery, you're going to need self-honesty. I love you guys. I fucking love you guys. Let's handle this shit. Just stay focused. I mean, it's fucking February and a bunch of you guys probably quit like pussies. Don't let me down. Don't let anyone...
I like how he threw in, I love you guys and all that stuff and all that, because he never usually says that, because basically what he's trying to say is, hey, I'm a nice guy still. Like, I know I've been acting like an asshole, but I'm a nice guy. Maybe he's going to start slowly becoming a nicer guy. I don't know. Because he could redeem himself, because he does have a good message. He didn't have to exaggerate all the fuck. Money and fame got to this guy's head, and that's why he was in jail in the first place, about money and all the fast money and all that shit, right? So it's in him to be addicted to the success, the fast money, the fame, all that shit. Because I think he had it was something to do with drug charges and stuff. Because why do people get involved in the drug world? Because they want the power of being the drug guy. They want the money, they get the fast money. They want the women, they want all that kind of stuff, the cars, all that thing. And now he's getting that like times 10. So you don't think it's going to go to his head? He's going to turn into a fucking animal? And the more he probably act like a fucking maniac, the more it probably benefited him in his bank account and his fame and all that stuff. But then there's a tipping point. And he hit the tipping point. He went too far. So now he's got to dial it all back. I wonder how far he's going to dial it back. It'd be nice if he dialed it right back to what he was when he first came out. Okay, let's get going. Let's see what he has to say for his closing words here. But I don't know. He's a fun character. He's definitely got, you know, that it factor where people just want to watch. Either as a train wreck or whatever it is. There's something about him people are gravitated to. Because look at, I'm doing a fucking video on him, right?
Anyone else down. Don't let your people down. And remember what the fuck you told everyone you were going to do, okay?
I do like that message about remember what the fuck you told people you're going to do. Because that's a nice positive message about setting goals and all this stuff. Because that's what his roots are. He was a fitness influencer. He came out of jail as a convict fitness influencer type guy. Motivational, saying, look at all the shit I've been through. I'm changing my life. Let me help you change yours. I stayed in shape in prison. Here's the prison workouts I did. Here's the mindset techniques I learned to keep me going. All that stuff. So if he just dials it back and starts talking more about that, he doesn't have to dial it right back, because some of the techniques he has about being in your face and making a presence for himself are good. Like, there's good things about Wes Watson, you know what I mean? But he just went too far. The fame and money got to his head. He became, you know how they say Ric Flair is Ric Flair? Like, the character became him. Basically, Wes Watson became this character, and it blew out of fucking control. And it ended up with him fucking challenging people to fights, getting a fight in a gym, whether that was fake or not, getting arrested for this alleged fake or not fake fight. But he was arrested. He did get a court hearing to get bail, so he's out on bail, whatever. It was a very small bail, which goes to show you maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. But maybe when they go to court or do his trial or whatever the hell they do, that they're going to decide that it wasn't even a real fight, and then he's free and clear. But that's my conspiracy theory. People are busting my balls about thinking that was a fake fight. But if you saw it, so just go. So subscribe to my channel. I'm ShaunCampbell.com. Sorry, not .com. Shaun Campbell 2.0. So I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0 on all social media. You can be on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Go back to my channel. Check out some of my Wes Watson videos. They're pretty fun. They're similar to what I did here, but I went for a different, a reaction video. That's it. But I have to get better software so I can actually do reaction videos on my computer screen with my high def camera and all that shit, and my microphone and all that stuff. But I'm taking it one step at a time. I don't want to overwhelm myself. So anyways, I hope you liked that reaction video on Wes Watson. It was fun. If you liked it, subscribe and watch more content kind of like that. And I talk about fitness and drug-free bodybuilding. I talk about combat sports. I get into all kinds of fun stuff on here, guys. So it's all about motivation, living a healthy lifestyle, getting the workouts in, even on days when you don't want to get them in, and just being a healthy, positive person, okay? I'm Shaun Campbell 2.0, and I'll see you at the next video.